Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. We kick off today with something that was, on the one hand, completely inevitable, but on the other hand is still extremely exciting, which is the fact that vibe coding is finally coming to the enterprise in a major way. Replit and Microsoft have announced a strategic partnership that will see Replit added to Microsoft's enterprise cloud store. The platform will also be integrated into Microsoft's cloud services like containers, virtual machines, and their version of Postgres. This integration will allow app builders to have easy access to enterprise-grade backend infrastructure, while allowing Microsoft to earn revenue from the developer ecosystem. Now, while Microsoft already offers their own AI coding platform in the form of GitHub Copilot, they say that Replit will be a complementary addition to their product lineup. Instead of a replacement for Copilot, they're pitching Replit as a substitute for no-code prototyping and design tools like Figma. The pitch is that non-technical business managers can use Replit to build their own apps. Deb Cupp, the president of Microsoft Americas, said, "At Microsoft, we believe every person in every organization should be empowered to achieve more through technology. Our collaboration with Replit democratizes application development, enabling business teams across enterprises to innovate and solve problems without traditional technical barriers." Replit CEO Amjad Masad added, "We aspire for Replit to be the most trusted name for enterprise in this new era of agentic coding." Now, TechCrunch noted that there is one big loser from the new partnership, writing, "If there is any competitor taking an L from this partnership, it's Google Cloud. The apps built and run through Replit are typically hosted on Google Cloud. In fact, Replit has been such a feather in Google's cap that the cloud giant has profiled the partnership. However, the deal is non-exclusive, meaning that the startup is not leaving Google Cloud, but is growing to support Microsoft shops." Still, to me, from where I'm sitting, this is a completely obvious type of tie-up, and I agree wholeheartedly with Karthik Hariharan, who writes, "I predict Microsoft will acquire a company in the AI vibe coding space within the next 6 to 12 months, just like their acquisition of GitHub in 2018. Vercel, Lovable, Replit, etc. will all be acquisition targets." To me, this is just incredibly obvious. We are already seeing, certainly in the startup domain, but also creeping into the enterprise, how these vibe coding tools are changing how people do their work, especially in non-technical roles. But enterprise vibe coding really is a different, more complicated beast than consumer-level vibe coding. It's going to take someone like a Microsoft who has deep pockets and patience to create a context where it's worth pursuing, but boy, is the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow a big one. Next up today, some funding news. Mistl is in talks to raise $1 billion funding round as they grow into a regional champion in Europe. The French AI company is reportedly in talks to raise $1 billion in equity from several investors, including Abu Dhabi fund MGX. Alongside, the firm is seeking hundreds of millions of euros in debt capital from French lenders, including BPI France. To date, Mistl has raised around €1 billion since its 2023 founding, reaching a valuation of just under $6 billion after a round last year. This round then would be a significant jump in available capital, enabling the firm to pursue European data center projects and compete in the next generation of foundation models. The fundraising also has a distinctly geopolitical angle. French President Emmanuel Macron has said that Mistl is central to the idea of European AI sovereignty. This deal would deepen ties between France and the UAE, ensuring some level of independence from China and the US in AI competition. MGX already partnered with Mistl and NVIDIA to construct Europe's largest data center campus in May. The €8.9 billion facility will be built in France and is projected to be operational by 2028. Beyond that, the UAE has also committed to spend €50 billion on AI projects in France in support of Macron's push for AI sovereignty. In other funding news, agent tooling platform Langchain is about to become a unicorn. According to TechCrunch sources, the company is set to raise a new round of funding at a $1 billion valuation led by IVP. Langchain started life in late 2022 as an open-source project self-funded by founder Harrison Chase. In early 2023, as developer interest grew, Chase transformed the project into a startup. He closed a $10 million seed round from Benchmark that April, and a week later, he raised another $25 million in a Series A led by Sequoia, which valued the startup at $200 million. Langchain was a breakout hit early during this AI era. It provided agentic tooling for LLMs before those terms were well-defined. The platform was one of the first to allow LLMs to do things like search the web, call APIs, or interact with databases, enabling developers to build AI apps even in the early days. Since then, they've added observability, evals, and monitoring through their closed-source Langsmith platform. Now, TechCrunch noted just how many unicorns are emerging from the ecosystem of AI startups. According to them, there were 36 AI unicorns minted in the first half of this year, and Y Combinator has said that they believe that 300 unicorns were created across the entire SaaS boom, a figure that looks like it will be exceeded by AI by the end of the year. One more investment to profile today, although of a very different sort. Meta is making a multi-billion-dollar bet on AI wearables. Zuckshop has bought a minority stake in Ray-Ban maker EssilorLuxottica. Sources say they purchased around 3% of the company for $3.5 billion. Those sources also say that Meta is considering adding to that investment, bringing their stake to 5% over time. Now, the investment certainly cements the idea that smart glasses are a key Meta device play for the AI era. They've been offering the Meta Ray-Bans for almost 4 years and recently launched a pair of Oakley-branded smart glasses, which is another make from the same parent company. EssilorLuxottica is the largest eyewear company in the world, so the partnership gives Meta access to industry-leading manufacturing and distribution networks. Now, leaning this hard into AI devices is a reversal from how Meta addressed the smartphone era. Chamath Palihapitiya, who served as a senior executive back then, has said he pushed the company to develop their own phone in 2007 following the release of the iPhone. That project was never completed, and Facebook was forced to develop on rival hardware for the entire tech cycle. Zuckerberg later said that this was one of his biggest regrets, meaning that his company didn't get to shape the way mobile platforms developed. He is clearly not looking to make the same mistake twice, with Meta entering the AI era with the most established platform launched well ahead of its relevance. Then again, the tech is quickly catching up to make smart glasses a functional and ubiquitous AI platform. The International Data Corporation expects sales of smart glasses to grow by 47% each year through 2029. So clearly with this deal, Meta is looking to lock in their early dominance of the category. Now, I'm not sure that I think that this will be Meta's only play in the AI hardware space, but it's certainly an unexpected beachhead that has already paid some amount of dividends for them. With that, though, we will wrap the headlines. Next up, the main episode.